Welcome back to Timer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. Today we are pleased to present the Motiv Shadow Tank. If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon. First impressions, the Shadow Tank is the first 78D ball I can see using like the GOAT that will remain unnamed. Alright, let's jump in. I'll start with saying my current personal GOAT is the Purple Hammer, as you know, when it comes to urethane balls. Me bowling predominantly on sport shots, I've grown to love that control shape, even used it for nationals, and it's a huge bummer I won't be able to use it anymore there. I do have a black hammer, but it's just not the same for my rev rate. Lo and behold, here comes Motiv to the rescue, possibly with the Shadow Tank. This is not the first 78D ball, but as I've already alluded to, this is legitimately the first 78D ball that I felt I could use in all situations that I use the purple. Of course, as you expect, it's all about control. It's 1000 LSS surface balances, that hardness. You need surface for these hard bowling balls to read. As you would expect on a house shot, I can't start very far left in the friction as it starts very early. Around the second arrow, really looks spectacular. I did take a nice big 5-board move in to see what it does, and it looked great there as well around the third arrow. Just such a nice early and smooth but heavy roll. After throwing 7 in a row, I'm thinking, hey, let's give this a go. So I move left again back to where I think it should work. And the 510 reminds me of what happens with urethane-like shape when you don't hit it just right. Back to the third arrow. It's just such a nice look. Normally, you wouldn't expect a urethane ball to drive for me from there, but it looked great. Now, here's the fun part you might be waiting for, the direct comparison to the Purple Hammer. Okay, first on the same line around the second arrow, and I leave a 7-pin with the purple. While they are very close, the purple actually had a deflection I only saw once with that 510 with the Shadow Tank. Moving 2 boards to the left yielded that same high flush shot. Really very close. The other shot to look at is the third arrow, and while the purple struck, you can also see very clearly how much less drive the purple had there compared to the Shadow, which looked just excellent. The purple is 2000 grit, but you can kind of see the softness makes up for it. Alright, now I'd say Brian's story is not very surprising for urethane. Occasionally he has an okay look with urethane, but the reality is his game just doesn't tend to need or suit urethane or urethane-like equipment. I recall the desert tank was pretty good for him, but generally speaking, Brian needs friction to get urethane going, but if it wasn't clear, starting urethane in heavy dry means it will roll early and not do a bunch down lane. Now he ultimately finds a narrow line to trap the shot to the pocket. Since it's that frozen rope, it tends to carry well, but yeah, it's a pretty narrow window. Next to the Purple Hammer, really it's not much different. Yeah, same line, same hit more or less. Yes, the softness reads a bit more, but it's balanced out with a lower surface grit, so ultimately it's exactly the same line to the pocket and exactly the same limitations. Alright, let's wrap up. We'll come back to Tyler in a future video. I like to be objective in the reviews to tell you what we see, but I guess I can't hide my personal excitement to see this shape and reaction from a 78D ball. And while the USBC and PBA have dashed my hopes and dreams of using the Purple Hammer, the Shadow Tank surprised me with the possibilities. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.